it's just the inspiration every time you go to the session.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know I first went to D&D with Bobby Condas. You know, the reggae. He first brought me to D&D, and from that point on, I was loving it, man. I was like, this is such an incredible studio, man. And you know, even with the owners, Doug and Dave, they was just like hip hop enthusiasts. So, you know, whatever problem you had, they really tried to help you out with it. Then they board that they had was just crazy, man. They board was just incredible, man.
Sounded like it was the place to be.
Place to be. And it was just like, it felt like you had that power of that major studio at home, because everybody that you hang out with is there recording.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was dope.
Can you take us back to one of your favorite tour lineups you were part of, and maybe a favorite tour memory?
Man, it has to go back to the original. I mean, it's so many, man. It's so many. I can go from the beginning of being on tour with Biggie Smalls, and he doing it's two things with Biggie. It's one when we was just when I was just a part of his set, and then it's one that was crazy when he was doing Party and Bullshit. But when I got my song on and my music on, we had this show in North Carolina, right? And I came down before Biggie, and everybody was going crazy. It was just like, it was just like, man, they was losing it. They was everybody was just real excited. Everybody was it was just like anarchy. You know what I'm saying? And then I thought, like, this is the highest it's gonna go. Then Biggie came on, and then people was fainting. You know what I'm saying? They had to bring the ambulance in, and you know, like, carry people out. Like, the show had to be stopped. You know what I'm saying? Because people just was fainting in the middle of the Coliseum in North Carolina, and carried people out on stretchers, and that was just crazy, man.
Michael Jackson type stuff, huh?
Michael Jackson type shit, and it was so crazy because you know, to be able to start out together, you know, to be able to start out together and to take hip hop to that level, you know what I'm saying, was just incredible.
No. Let's rewind just a little bit. What was your deal on Mercury for? 1 album deal, 2 album deal?
No, it was like we did like 5 albums.
Okay.
We did like 5 albums. Like I said, it was yeah, we had a lot of things. We had a lot of money that we were supposed to get from Mercury. It was like a big setup. It was just at a point where the music business was going in another direction, and that's not where we wanted to go.
You guys released, I believe, 2 videos for the album.
2 videos.
Do you think Mercury could have done a lot more, or do you think, you know, like you said, they sabotaged the what you had what you had going on?
I mean, it could have been something very. I mean, it could have been. I appreciate everything that was done. They wasn't capable of doing much more. They wasn't set up. It wasn't set up like that. And then when the music business was like, we going in a different direction. Music like what we do, that whole '90s sound, just wasn't a type of music that can be, you know, it wasn't popular no more. It wasn't pop art. It wasn't Billboard no more. So they was like, their interest just dropped. And we was like, you know, we're not going to change what we do. You know, our integrity to doing the kind of music we do was just too much. We couldn't like transfer over to that early 2000s type sound. You know what I mean?
Right. Were you pleased overall with the album, sonically and lyrically? Was there anything missing?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's an amazing first album. I think that first album compares to anybody's first album. You know what I mean? For that time, you know what I'm saying? I was, you know, I look at it now and I can be like, yo, I could do this and I could do that, I could do that. But that's growth. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that album, just fresh out the box, it's just what it is, man. And it's like when I perform Good Cop, Bad Cop, that's when I know, yo, we went in. You know what I'm saying? We went in on this album, man. And it's just the sound of the times. You know what I'm saying?
Was there anything missing from that album that didn't make the cut? Maybe a vocalist that you wanted, a production? Did everything?
Yeah. I mean, no. I mean, Mercury wanted us to get R&B artists, singers. You know, that's what they do. They wanted us to get R&B. It's crazy. I remember Dame Dash back in that time was like, "Yo, get Jay-Z on the album for the remix of Danger Part 2 that I got with Smooth the Hustler and Trigger." And it was like, I was like, nah, I got my man Smooth the Hustler and Trigger because they had it popping. And sometimes I think like, dang, imagine if I'd have had Jay on that. But then I'm like, nah, that was what it was of that era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Smooth the Hustler and Trigger, that was the right decision. You know what I'm saying?
Broken Language was definitely
Broken Language was, yeah, exactly. Broken Language and Blahzay Blahzay doing a song together that made hella sense.
That was only right at that time.
Right, exactly.
I don't think people caught on to the Jay-Z wave until '98.
Right. You're right. So, you know what I'm saying? That's something that I was like, you know, maybe I could have had Jay on it, but nah, I feel good about that.
You did the right thing.
Right.
Yeah. So your album does its thing. What is your relationship with Mercury going into maybe thoughts of the second album?
Well, we asked to get off. You know what I'm saying? It was like, we didn't no longer want to be part of that new movement. And, you know, we was just like, you know, we was good. And I remember a lot of people at the time, Mr. C was A&Ring. He was the A&R of Mercury. So it's like we were stripped of the, you know, of that element. You know what I'm saying? Like we brought him in, then he was A&R working for them. So it was kind of feeling funny. You know what I'm saying? And plus I was really uncomfortable with things they wanted me to do and who they was associating us with. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got off that train, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of something that I mentioned today about having the integrity of just being a man and just loving who you are and being confident in that. You know what I'm saying? And that's something important, you know what I'm saying? Because when you hear the music, that's what you hear. That's what it really is. You know, you can be a lyrical miracle all you want, but if there's no integrity to the sound and no integrity to who you are, it's just like, you know, it's whatever, you know, and that's doable anywhere.
Right.
But I think we wanted to keep that Brooklyn sound and that was the whole thing. Like, even when the East is in the house, it was about banging for my neighborhood and letting other neighborhoods in New York know the East is in the house. Oh my God. It wasn't even really about an East Coast, West Coast thing. It developed into that, but it was originally getting that other artists and letting them recognize who the East is. You know what I'm saying? East is a part of Brooklyn. So it was to let other people in other neighborhoods know who Brooklyn is. Know who East New York is.
Right. So you guys are riding on the cloud. You're doing your thing. The album does its thing. You guys part ways with Mercury. You eventually take your talents to Game Records. But after the Mercury situation, where is Blahzay Martell at mentally?
After the Mercury situation?
Yeah.
After the Mercury situation, feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good, you know, we got into the Game situation. That was exciting. Shecky Green, with the whole Shecky Green movement. And that was a lot of exciting things. That was the launch of Eminem. So, you know, you had Paul Rosenberg, you know, being around Paul Rosenberg and doing business with Paul Rosenberg. I think before that, we did the Reebok deal. With Reebok, we had a Reebok situation where we was doing tunes for Reebok for their sneaker Bandit. I forgot the name of the sneaker, but we was doing work with Reebok, and then we got into the game records on Shecky Green. So it was feeling good, and we still had things going on, so it felt good. You know, Paul Rosenberg was like an amazing executive, him and Shecky Green. So the plans that they had, you know what I'm saying, was incredible. And, you know, to see all that roll out the way he did with Eminem was just great to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was amazing.
So did anything materialize after that, or was it going to materialize into a whole album? I believe it was just a singles deal.
No, it was like a, yeah, it's like, yeah, it was like 4 songs.
Right.
Yeah, what happened was they got caught in that whirlwind of the music business flipping, you know what I'm saying? That's that era right there. So we was going to put out more material, but it was just like the harvest wasn't right, man. And so you know they went in another direction also. They I guess after the Eminem thing, they went into I think Shecky Green sold the company.
Okay.
Or he did some business deal where he moved to Las Vegas and he wasn't really operating the company. So, you know, that was what it was, you know what I mean? He kept it
Right.
moving.
About 17 years later, you release Everything Is Possible.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Pardon me.
Anything is possible. So yeah, anything is possible is that's a vinyl release with a German label. You know, so it was just it was out of this small German label. And it was like, yo, I wanted to get the ball rolling again. So I was like, yo, let me stick my feet in the water. You know what I'm saying? To get this ball rolling to a lot of major stuff happening. You know what I mean?
Right. What was that feeling like getting back in the studio after all these years and putting out some product?
I was always in the studio, but just putting out a project was amazing. You know, even working with Sizzler, you know what I'm saying? On that album, that was incredible. And MOP, putting out some exclusive joints with Little Fame, you know what I'm saying, was incredible, man. Shout out to them. I knew Fame from like day one in Brownsville, you know what I'm saying? And you know, even before the MOP. So
Right.
for us to have a tune together that's being released exclusive, it was dope, man. I really love that. That's hot.
What was the reception like for that project?
Oh man, it was great. It was great. We sold a lot of vinyl. The label was so independent that we didn't have big expectations. You know, we only was like, we're gonna press up a certain amount of copies and stuff like that. But we had a video of an exclusive song I had with Old Dirty. You know what I'm saying? With the Black Jesus. And that was on that album too. I did the video with his son. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like the work I had with his father with Old Dirty, and then to go there and do the video with his son, and that was incredible. Because the son was like, yo, man, it was crazy, man. We was working. He came to the video shoot, and I was like, yo, you ain't really looking like your pops. So I took him to a beauty salon and got his hair done.
He looked just like him.
And put the cornrows in.
Right.
He got the cornrows. I was like, yo, this is your pops right here. Straight up. This is what it is.
Look just like him.
Just like him. But, you know, the funny thing is, too, even before that, I was working with his son. You know, I like, you know, the love I have for Old Dirty, because me and Old Dirty was real close before he passed. So when I knew his son was rapping, I was taking him into the studio. We was working. And I was just like, later on, I was just like, yo, let's do this video. You know, do this video with a song me and your pops got. And, you know what I'm saying, we did the video. And it was just crazy. I just wanted to really give people that essence of, you know, me and Dirty in the studio. So I really wanted his son to look like him, man. So we went into the beauty salon, and we got it straight.
What is your current working relationship with PF Cuttin at the moment?
Well, PF Cuttin, he's working with various artists right now. So he's doing his thing, and that's something I support. You know what I'm saying? He just did this OC album, um, which was dope. And it's just like sometimes when you work with someone for so long, you're looking for new energy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So yeah, he's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing. I got an album too with various producers. And same sound is just, it's just gonna be like a different twist to it.
Is there
Um,
any? Go ahead.
no, the last Anything Is Possible album, he did mixing on that, and he did some work on that, and that was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Is there any MC out there you would like to work with that you haven't worked with?
Yo, I'm kind of comfortable where I'm at right now, man. Of working with Al Scratch and Ill. You know what I'm saying? Big Ill. We doing some amazing work, man. My thing is more about having the chemistry. And our chemistry is funky as shit. You know what I mean?
That
So,
was that was
word,
gonna be my next question.
word,
Big salute to Al Scratch for linking us for this interview. I
word.
appreciate that. Can you speak on your relationship with Al Scratch? Did it all develop from the Mercury days?
Nah, that's the birth of it. But we maybe like 15 years later. I don't even know what. I don't have the numbers, but it was later on we got back together, and we was just like, because even when we was at the label, they didn't really want to put us together. You know, they kept all the artists separate. You know what I mean? So we see each other in passing most of the time,
Why do you think that was that they kept you guys separate?
because so we can organize against them. So if we don't know what's going on, you know, that's the way the music business was in those times. It was about having the new thing. So I guess they able to leverage Ill and Out Scratch a certain way because now they got Blahzay Blahzay. You know what I'm saying? So that's the magic of what the record company do. They like keep you over here, or maybe not record companies. I'm gonna just say Mercury. Keep this person over here. Keep y'all separated. Y'all can never get together and see what's going on. So Ill and Out that was there longer than us couldn't put us on to game. They couldn't put us on to what's going on and what the record company want to do with us. So it was they definitely try to keep us separated, and but we still ended up getting together, linking up, and later on and on these Brooklyn streets, we really got together and we was like, yo, let's really put some work out, man. Let's really do it.
What do you know now that you wish you would have known then going into Mercury?
I wish I'd have put my own music out back then. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have just like had the understanding of the music business on how to make money, on how to do retail and promotion, so I could have put that project out independently.
Okay. Does Blahzay Martell have any regrets?
No regrets. Everything was a test. Everything was a learning experience.
What
No
do you
regrets.
what do you consider the best achievement of your career so far? And have you accomplished what you came to do?
Yo, my best achievement, I mean, to this day, it always grows, man. They just did the Michael Jordan documentary,
Right.
and they put Danger a part of that.
Okay.
So, and that felt good. That felt real good. You know what I'm saying?
I bet you got goosebumps on that scene, huh?
Word. That felt crazy. And to be a part of that was to have, because I know Michael Jordan picked everything out. Like he worked on this project, and he was really attached to his first documentary. You know what I mean? So just to have him saying, all right, okay on that, and from what I hear, that's something that motivated them in the 90s. You know, that was like a surprise. It was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? You come here and bust the Knicks' ass. You kill New York. and then you being motivated by a New York underground song. It was just crazy.
Have